then to what extent is it possible to counteract the dogmatic theism that is likely to be encountered in Church of England schools? And what is the best way of dealing with it from within or outside parent-teacher organisations? Yeah? Well, I suppose in a way the most drastic method is to withdraw your child from religious instruction. Yeah? To the best of my knowledge, parents do have the right to do that. Yeah? But I think it is only a measure of last resort, because it does perhaps make the child stand out. Yeah? Because I remember when I was at school, when things were rather different, there was one boy who was withdrawn from religious instruction. Actually, it was just scripture, because he was Jewish, and he was the only boy in the whole school who was withdrawn. And clearly it did isolate him. It didn't exactly make him a pariah, but it certainly made the other children think of him as someone who was a bit, well, quite different. So I think we have to look at it also from that point of view. Of course, there could be, many parents who object to the inculcation of dogmatic theism. You could get together with them. And if there are a number of you withdrawing your children from the school or from the religious education, the child wouldn't be so isolated. So yes, you need to look at that aspect of it too. But I think the main thing is to talk to your child afterwards. Say, well, what did they tell you at school today? What did they say about God? Yeah. But again, don't make too big a thing of it, because the child probably doesn't. Yeah? That's my understanding of child psychology anyway. Yeah. They don't want long, elaborate, disquisitions on the impossibility of there being such a being as God. But if you just say something like, well, in this school they teach about God, but in lots of other schools they don't. In Buddhist schools they talk about Buddha and so on and so forth. And so the child doesn't feel, well, it's something that always happens everywhere in every school. Huh? And then you can say, well, Mummy and Daddy don't believe in God. And the child might ask what you do believe in, but more likely he or she won't. Huh? So I think handle it in a low-key sort of way, unless you find that the child is being really strongly indoctrinated. Then you will have to go to the headmaster or to the teacher concerned, and you'll have to say, well, look, I'm sending my child to this Church of England school because I think it's a good school. And I don't object to my child attending religious instruction, but I don't want my child strongly, indoctrinated. And if you can come to some sort of satisfactory understanding with the teacher, that's best. You can always threaten to withdraw the child from religious instruction altogether if your wishes are not respected.